Diving straight into debate number one, we put the question up very clearly. Minority government in Maharashtra, how can the BJP promise stability? Let's ask our panelists that question straight away. Good evening, Sanjay Jha of the Congress, GVL Narasimha Rao, National Spokesperson of the BJP, Rahul Narvekar of the NCP, and Sudheendra Kulkarni, columnist and author, with us here in the studio along with Sanjay Jha. First question to GVL Narasimha Rao. How are you going to give stability, sir? That's the question. You are in minority and you promise stability.
Yeah, I don't think there is any problem about stability. First, you wait and watch for a government to be formed, and then if you have any questions, then I think you can raise them. But today you have a situation in Maharashtra where the only possible outcome is a government of the BJP led by a BJP chief minister, and there is no alternate government possible in the
What government,
assembly.
Mr. Narasimha Rao?
So there is no question of any instability.
What government? Minority government? And is that the way forward across all the other states that the BJP hopes to conquer or rule?
All possibilities exist at this stage. I think, as I said, you will have to wait and watch. Only certainty at this point of time is that the BJP will form a government in Maharashtra led by a BJP chief minister. So I don't think there is any concern
Sanjay Jha, but I also
about
want to
the
bring
formation.
you in at this point because I'm just curious. At a time when the NCP had offered support to the BJP, that time you were carping saying, oh look, this is the party which was called the naturally corrupt party, and now they're thinking of taking their support. Now that the BJP is considering not taking their support and going ahead by staking claim to government and running a minority government, again you have a problem. Seems like a bit of a catch-22 situation, something that doesn't seem to please the Congress either which way. So what is your problem? What will make the party happy?
Padmaja, as far as we are concerned, we have lost the elections. We respect the verdict of the people of Maharashtra, and we are going to sit in opposition and do what the opposition is expected to do, is to protect and fight for the interest of the people of Maharashtra, ensure that the government sticks to its
what
promises.
Ajit Pawar said is all fallacy, is it? When he said that the Congress approached him to say, all right, let's try and urge the Sena to form a government to keep the BJP out.
Well, I can tell you that Mr. Pawar should stick to politics and stay away from writing bad fiction. I think that's the most ridiculous.
No, because you did that in Delhi.
Statement.
You did that in Delhi. So you did that in Delhi.
Well, I'm telling you upfront as a spokesperson of the party that the accusation made by the NCP is ridiculous, absurd, ludicrous, and completely rubbish. I think
no, but as far as a minority government is concerned, you ran a minority government led by Mr. PV Narasimha Rao, and at that time that seemed like a viable option. So why can't the BJP try their hand at it as well?
Well, let me tell you, the BJP is the single largest party, but Padmaja, you can't deny the fact that this verdict from Maharashtra is a fractured verdict. Please remember, the reason why you are having this predicament for the BJP here today is because they campaigned on the arrogance that they will get an absolute majority. So if you look at the rhetoric and the aggression...
We heard the Congress also say that we will be voted back. That there was that arrogance and confidence in the Congress. I don't know where it came from.
Anand,
and for a party that's moved from 44 seats to 122 seats, if you say that it's a fractured verdict, then...
Well, it is.
It's a bit of a question, Mr. Sanjay Jha.
That's the reason why the BJP is actually giving everybody a Diwali break and saying we don't want to rush into forming the government. Just think about it. That they actually called, and if you know Shiv Sena politics, Anand, I'm sure you do, they actually use words against Shiv Sena saying we'll convert this tiger into a mouse. Now, if you know the history of the Shiv Sena and Mr. Bal Thackeray being associated with the tiger, I mean, I can see there is going to be a very unstable coalition.
Sanjay Jha, is that every time you point fingers at the BJP and the Shiv Sena, I end up pointing it back at you, because what happened between the NCP and the Congress? Had you got 125 seats, 130 seats between the two of you, wouldn't you have joined hands again? Look, despite all the name calling that happened?
Well, I mean, that's a very
despite all the name calling that happened?
But if, yes, I mean, I cannot deny that the only party with
you
whom
would have, right? You would have.
I'm saying the only party with whom we have some kind of a compatibility was the NCP.
So what's the point?
After hearing the NCP,
so what's the point?
BJP, no, 1 minute. After hearing the NCP support BJP, I think NCP's even the plank of secularism is today under a huge question mark. I really don't know what the NCP
Direct charge, Rahul Narvekar. They say the NCP stands exposed.
Well, first and foremost, I'm a little surprised and taken aback as to how come the Congress party and Mr. Sanjay Jha particularly is so concerned about the tiger being converted to a rat or a mouse. I thought that was, they had aspired to do that a couple of months back. So now this sudden concern for the Shiv Sena is something which I think every viewer
Rahul Narvekar is batting for the Shiv Sena.
Between the lines.
Are you taking on the Congress?
Rahul,
your previous ally against
for the Shiv Sena,
or are you batting for the BJP here, Rahul Narvekar? What is happening here? The NCP is so desperate that we will support anybody who will keep us on the right side of power. Is that the case?
Well, I'm amazed at the way you can grasp things. I just said that I am absolutely taken aback
agree with
by
what
the
I say?
fact that the Congress is batting for the Shiv Sena.
No, we are not.
They seem to be concerned. They seem to be bothered about the fact that the tiger is being converted to a rat or a mouse. Till some time back, the Congress aspired to do the same thing. They wanted to convert the tiger into a rat and mouse. But today they have a problem with the tiger being converted to a rat or a mouse.
Okay, GVL Narasimha Rao, you're seeming very happy at this point. The BJP seems to think that they are holding all the cards. But the fact of the matter is that running a minority government, you will be leaning heavily on the NCP. At what cost will this support of the NCP, this tacit support of the NCP come? And you're willing to pay that cost in the future. The fact that there are a number of files against NCP leaders, Ajit Pawar, Sunil Tatkare, waiting. The Anti-Corruption Bureau has recommended action against them. Is that a cost that you're willing to pay in the future of going very slow on these charges against the NCP leaders?
No, I think the media is raising a lot of questions and is coming to its own conclusions also.
Give me a minute.
I think
Rahul,
you have to wait for the turn of events to happen before you can actually examine them. I think please wait for the turn of events to have. I think you seem to be in a tearing hurry and you want everything known today.
No, because the people of Maharashtra will want to know. They have given a mandate to the BJP. They have decidedly not given that mandate to the NCP. But if you are having this tacit understanding with the NCP in the future, won't the people of Maharashtra want to know what is the price that you're going to pay for it? Won't it be a betrayal of the mandate that you've been given?
The people of Maharashtra are very relaxed. I think it's the news media which seems to be in a tearing hurry and wants to develop some news out of no news.
On the contrary, sir. On the contrary, sir.
Have voted for BJP. They are only waiting. They know a government is likely to be formed very soon.
No, on the contrary, sir, the mood of the BJP strategy to confuse and confound and to keep everybody waiting and guessing and wait until Diwali is also raising doubts. Is the party clear as to what it wants, Mr. Sudheendra Kulkarni? Because policy paralysis, the plank on which they try to fight the Lok Sabha elections and they've always spoken about, is something which will happen the moment they start looking at a minority government.
See, minority government...
It's a natural outcome.
Minority government is not in the interest of Maharashtra. In fact, I had said on the very first day that for the good of the state, Maharashtra should have given a clear, decisive mandate to the BJP so that it could have formed a government on its own. Now that it has not happened, the only stable way of forming a government is the BJP and the Shiv Sena coming together, because the Shiv Sena is a party that has most compatibility with the BJP.
But there is a problem there, sir.
No, if there is a problem, the two parties have to sort it out.
Because right now what it looks like is it's ego management that is happening. BJP trying to put the regional party in its place, saying, listen, you've lost, you've got only 60-odd seats, so you cannot demand. The regional party is saying, no, you have to treat us as equals.
The BJP is right, because the BJP has very clearly emerged as the largest party, with more than double the number of seats. So, the Shiv Sena has to accept the reality that it's a junior partner. And that's a democratic
That automatically comes, GVL Narasimha Rao, what if? What if the Shiv Sena doesn't accept? What if the Shiv Sena says, no, we want those plum ministerial berths, that we want an equal status?
There is no discussion on these issues so far. So we are simply waiting. If the Shiv Sena is keen to join the government, if it wants to revive ties with the BJP in Maharashtra, I think let Sena come up with a proposal.
See, there it's
obviously there are some discussions. There are some discussions scheduled, and let the process happen.
GVL Narasimha Rao, the reason why
you're keeping the Shiv Sena hanging, which is why you've delayed the decision on the Maharashtra government formation, GVL,
and which is why the question of you going ahead and forming a minority government.
I think the media wants to decide all decisions for the BJP. Please allow. I think it's the BJP's prerogative. People of Maharashtra have given.
No, so why don't you clarify? You've had a number of meetings about this. Why don't you clarify? What is it that the BJP is going to do? Are you going to go with the NCP, with the Shiv Sena?
Clarified.
Are you just decided to try and run the government as is with the numbers that you have?
I have clarified this, and my party has clarified this repeatedly. There will be a BJP government led by a BJP chief minister.
In what
I think
form?
it's
With
just
who?
a matter of a few days.
Padmaja, if I can just add a point here, you can see how duplicitous and dubious the BJP is being. They ran the campaign with an actual, attack on the NCP for corruption, and we all know that the NCP has had issues on corruption.
Frankly, so did the Congress.
So did the Congress. Frankly speaking, for us, they were a political liability.
Now,
the truth is that since the last 48 to 72 hours, they are sitting on this proposition given to them by the NCP even before the counting was officially over, that they will give them unconditional support. That is, if you believe that unconditional term. What does it tell you about what the BJP is coming
No,
for?
it tells us about the Congress who couldn't mind their ally.
What does it tell about
It tells us about the Congress who couldn't mind their ally.
But just think about it. When Mr. Prithviraj Chavan, the former chief minister, tells Anand, and let me tell you, he was the chief minister and managing the coalition, when he goes on record and publicly states that the NCP and the BJP had a very, a subterranean fixed match, you have to take it very seriously.
So you endorse what Prithviraj Chavan says. So you also stand by what his interview just on the eve of polls, when he talked about a few Congress leaders and their taint on corruption, which was not charged.
He clarified.
So there you will decide to change your statement. But when he says that there was a tacit understanding with no proof whatever, then he was very serious.
No, I'm quoting him both times. You see, he denied that the fact that he had made those statements. And as far as
if the BJP today denies or the NCP denies that there is no tacit understanding, you're unwilling to accept that.
Let me tell you, Anand, if you remember, the BJP and Shiv Sena officially announced their split, and within minutes, literally within minutes, the NCP comes on a public platform and says, we are breaking up with the Congress. Now, I think that's not a cosmic coincidence.
Where is the BJP and the Shiv Sena to blame about this tacit understanding? Because this is the NCP which has spoiled the plot altogether. Rahul Narvekar, the NCP clearly stands exposed here. What is it that made you offer that outside support? And if you're saying stability of Maharashtra politics, let me ask you, if it comes to vote of confidence, will you abstain? If the BJP minority government tomorrow says, no, we are going to pursue and investigate all those charged under corruption in the irrigation scam and the likes, will you still vote for them? Will you still allow them to pass bills?
I'm just, it's so ridiculous to even come to the conclusion that you have come to. Do you believe in the judiciary of this country, or you all have all given up on the judiciary of this country? Do you think a particular government...
Sir, we believe the judiciary of the country and the judicial system. We don't believe the politics
or any
and the political parties.
The judiciary is going to... The judicial system is going to... No, what are you talking about? We've got a vibrant judiciary. If there is a government which does not act, the judiciary intervenes, and rightly so. So let's not undermine the judiciary, and this concept and fundamental issue that you have, that there's some kind of a tacit understanding, is nothing but rubbish. Number two, Mr. Sharad Pawar has already clarified that the NCP is not going to be a part of this government, is not going to take part in any of the decision-making process. So that, I think, settles the issue once and for all.
So Rahul Narvekar, you will continue with your support to the BJP government, even if they start investigations against Sunil Gadkari and against Ajit Pawar, that support will continue? You're saying that on record?
Madam, the investigations are already on, just for putting the records right. Please check your facts properly before you make such absurd statements on national television.
No. If action is taken against both of these leaders, of course investigations are on. But when it comes down to the action, your support will continue?
Yeah, so then what are you talking about? How can anyone stop any kind of action if it is required to be taken? That's what I'm trying to tell you, that the ball is not in the court of the government. There's a judiciary.
So on what conditions, Rahul Narvekar, have you offered this unconditional support?
Of this country. And number three, let me tell you something which is very, very important and
if anybody believes that, I think God bless us.
There was this big hoo-ha-ha being created
Go on, Rahul.
No, Mr. Jha, you need to listen to what I'm saying right now because you won't have an answer for that.
No, go ahead, Rahul.
When there were allegations of corruption made on NCP ministers, number one, Mr. Ajit Pawar stepped down himself and tendered his resignation. We demanded that a white paper should be presented in the assembly. We demanded that the Chitre committee which was appointed to investigate this matter, the report should be tabled immediately. The Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Mr. Prithviraj Chavan, on 3 successive occasions in 3 sessions of the assembly.
Rahul Narvekar beautifully glossed over the facts. Let's not get into the fine print because there was a lot that happened. There was a lot that happened. Ajit Pawar didn't of his own volition step down as the Deputy Chief Minister. And there was a lot that was done to try and tweak that white paper that was produced.
Anand.
No, Rahul Narvekar, the point of my question to you is the party that continued to take on the BJP and also went on record to say we will never support the BJP because we are totally different on ideologies. Your own chief has gone on record saying that. How is it that you stand today and say we are ready to offer outside support unconditional?
Rahul, Mr. Pawar referred to Mr. Modi as Adolf Hitler. He raised
Anand,
Gujarat 2002 riots and suddenly everything is forgotten. I mean, I can't believe how you can do a sudden U-turn and that to such a dramatic and, at such remarkable speed. I mean, even before the election results were over, you provide support. And, Anand, a lot of people have speculated that was the NCP making that announcement after having some kind of a tacit support of the BJP? Because it strengthens BJP's hand in negotiating with the Shiv Sena.
No.
That is why
Sudheendra Kulkarni
is that they have...
Can I come in?
Yes, GVL, just a second. I'm just getting a word in from Sudheendra Kulkarni. He's been silent for a while and he's got a smile on his face. What is all that about, sir?
No, I'm smiling at the nature of the discussion, if it can be called discussion at all. See, the people of Maharashtra have voted, and what they are concerned about is first government formation and a government that is going to remain stable for 5 years and deliver on its promises. It has the verdict is fractured, so there has to be a coalition government or a minority government. Minority government is likely to be less stable. Just one moment. One moment, please.
Yeah.
If the minority government is to be avoided, then you must give time for the BJP and the Shiv Sena to talk things through. These are difficult negotiations. The media should not,
Sir, if there is,
this is what is happening.
With all due respect, Mr. Kulkarni,
just a moment,
there is not a single iota of the inclination to talk. So then what would you want to say in a situation where neither the Sena nor the BJP are willing to make the first move? The BJP is very clear that you have to understand that you no longer call the shots. It's not like 1995 where you'll get the lion's share of the pie or an equal share of the pie.
They have already started talks. And the media should give time for the two parties to sort things out and deliver on the promise of a stable government.
Okay, GVL, would you want to respond to that? You've got your finger up. Yes, GVL.
No, I was wanting to inform Mr. Jha, maybe his association with the Congress Party has not been long enough, but the very origin, the very birth of NCP had certain serious problems with the Congress leadership. I think these leaders,
how is that
Mr.
relevant
Pawar,
to this discussion?
Let's not go back to the birth of the NCP. Answer specifically the point that Sudheendra Kulkarni has raised. He's saying that the mandate has been given to you by the people to run a stable government. Then why not go back to your ideological partner, your ally of past ally of 25 years, which is the Shiv Sena? Or are you going to do that and you just want to use the time that you've given them, the delay that you've made to use it as a bargaining chip?
No, there is absolute. I think you're missing the big point. You're missing the larger point. The BJP is not short of a majority by a big margin. We are short of numbers, a limited number of MLAs.
How many, sir? Are you counting 138 now or 122?
Hung house, there could have been.
Are you counting 138 now or 122?
No, whatever number of people, you see, it's not just our number. There are others who are offering support.
No, in trying to talk about the larger point, you're also trying to gloss over the particular point that Sudheendra Kulkarni has raised. That if you want to give a stable government, which you promised the people of Maharashtra, are you going to go back to the Shiv Sena as Mr. Kulkarni suggests you should?
No, I think, as I said, all options are open at this point of time.
So the option of forming a minority government in Maharashtra is also open?
Every option exists. Constitutionally, whatever options are available for forming a government.
Sir, which is option number one?
The BJP would consider all the options.
Which is option number one? Minority government with outside support from whoever gives it?